What's going on, my friends? Welcome in. Hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day so far. It's great to see you all. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band called Cognitive, and specifically, we're going to be checking out their most recent single called From the Depths. So, quite a lot of history with this band. Never actually spoke to them or done a video on them or anything, but I'm very, very familiar with all of their music. Well, all of the music that's on Spotify anyway. They might have some singles that only got released on YouTube, or maybe they've got some obscure stuff on their Bandcamp or something like that. But as far as I'm aware, I've listened to everything these guys have made. So my first experience with these guys was I heard their song Fragmented Perception, which came out March 17th, 2020. I saw the music video for that, really, really fucking good music video, and that song came off their 2018 release, Matricide? Matricide? I don't know, it doesn't really matter. So I was interested in this band, I would say about 30 seconds after hearing them. They had an almost a kind of Bound in Fear style, kind of single note kind of groove. If that doesn't quite make sense, go listen to Bound in Fear and bands like that, and you'll know what I mean. I heard that and I thought, wow, this is just such a fucking fantastic sound. It's so big, it's so groovy. The mix is really, really good, so it kind of pops off, and I thought, okay, that's how the song is going to go. That was actually not the case at all. It then proceeds to go into some seriously technical, fast death metal, and then it goes back into this absolutely sick groove. Like just check it out yourself. You'll know the groove that I'm talking about. It's like the last half of the song, but oh man, just the way the vocals change and just everything is fantastic. So I was like, okay. My newborn son Grayson hasn't been sleeping particularly well recently, so I'm on my second Relentless, so you'll have to ignore my slightly bleary eyes and greasy hair, but hey, what else is new? So I thought, right, okay, so I was like, okay, these guys are fucking sick. I need to hear more by these guys. So I jumped on Spotify, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that these guys have actually been around since 2012, and they released an album called The Horrid Swarm. So 2012, 2021, that's quite a long time. So I was like, okay, cool, I wonder what these guys are going to sound like. And basically, the Horrid Swarm is really, really, really fucking brutal, stripped back, Cannibal Corpse-esque death metal, brutal death metal, but maybe a little bit more technical and a little bit more dynamic than Cannibal Corpse. Kind of does a few more things. It was just a really, really good. Actually, is it an album or is it an EP? It's an EP. I heard that and I thought, this is fucking fantastic. I'm just so into this, And these guys are an example of, if the only thing they did well was just the death metal side of things and the technical aspects, that would be enough. But what really jumped off the page, so to speak, for these guys were these just absolutely out of the blue shifts in tone. And I don't mean, I mean tone in terms of like the actual feelings that you get whilst listening to the music. There was a few times where I had to actually look at Spotify, actually look at my phone and go, have I skipped a track? Have I gone on to something completely different? Is this on shuffle or something like that? Because these melodic sections, it doesn't even do it justice to call them melodic sections. There's a couple of bits that sound like, I'm not even joking, they sound like jazz interludes. Like, it really just doesn't even sound like it belongs, never mind in that style of music, but belongs in that album at all. It just sounds completely different, and you wouldn't think it would work, but it really, really does, and it keeps you on your toes, because you really just have no fucking idea what's going to happen next with these guys. It's really, truly, truly remarkable. I think the very first, In the Form of a Drone, and I think, everything that I like everything that I like is you can about Cognitive, you can check out on the Horde Swarm EP. That kind of does it all. So then they released an album called Haunted Justice. No, excuse me. They released a self-titled album called self-titled album. They released that in 2014. More the same. Still those crazy flourishes of just absolutely bizarre, just melodic sections that you just don't hear in this type of shit. Cannibal Corpse aren't doing this type of shit, basically, you know. And in their self-titled album, there's a track called Oceanic Erosion, which is just beautiful, just an absolutely beautiful melodic interlude track that just goes between regurgitated existence and willingness of the weak, two fucking brutal death metal tracks. It really helps them stand out. Then they released an album called Deformity in 2016. More of the same, and when I say more of the same, I mean that as an absolute compliment. That's just more of the same awesomeness. Then they released an album called Matricide in 2018. That's where Fragmented Perception came off. The band's evolution has been getting away from those melodic aspects and adding in a more core vibe to their songs. So I don't just mean deathcore. The lyrics have become, not the lyrics, sorry, the vocals have become a little bit more deathcore, but there's a grooviness, there's a chugginess, there's a kind of slower down, slightly Bound in Fear style to the music. It's a little bit slower and it's a little bit more chuggier, but not in a kind of death metal kind of marchy way, if that makes sense. I might be talking shit here. I'm probably talking shit. But yeah, so the vocals have gotten a little bit more deathcore, and there's now a little bit of kind of screechy dissonance that's thrown in as well, which you get in quite a lot of deathcore, which you get in more kind of core. I'm not going to say deathcore, more core. They've just added more, insert hardcore, deathcore, metalcore, whatever you want, and it's cool. It's nice to see bands progress, but that's kind of how it's been. That's kind of how it's been going for these guys. And then that brings us on to the present day. They released an album in 2021, which obviously I haven't heard anything from, called Malevolent Thoughts of a Hastened Extinction. That's a fucking sick name for an album. And that is the album that From the Depths is featured on. Here we are. Let's do it. So I'm expecting this to be technical, heavy, few surprises, but I think the main structure of this is going to be very technical, very brutal death metal. Let's just close this shit down. Let's do this. Again, I apologize for my greasy ass hair and everything else, but it is what it is. From the depths. Okay, right, let's get into it. Fucking hyped on this one, boys and girls, guys and girls, whoever else is out there watching. Okay, crank that shit up to 11.5. It's let's go. Cognitive, From the Depths. Boom. That didn't look great. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. It was running in 4K. That's why it didn't look very good. I mean, maybe one day we'll be able to do 4K shit. Anyway, okay. What a disaster this video has been. Okay. Cognitive, From the Depths. Boom, let's go. Let's fucking do it. Let's go. those highs are fucking sick. That's an example of the more core side of things that they're putting on, that kind of chuggy sound. Brilliant. Oh. A little bit of two-step there. Okay. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, it's so dirty. So filthy. Okay. Cognitive from the depths. That was exactly what I expected that to sound like, and I am so happy that it did. So, first of all, the music video. This might be a totally outdated way to describe the animation on that. That to me looked like claymation, basically. That literally a clay figure. They take a photo, they move it a slightly different way of the same model. They take another photo. Maybe it was done. I don't know. I've never heard anyone say claymation for a long time, but that was really unique, and really fucking creepy as well. Like it really did the job as well. Like I loved the. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, the bit where the guy started fucking like actually fighting with the demons, and he was twatting one over the head with a fucking broomstick or whatever that was, and then curb stomped the other one. Very good. It went surprisingly well with the music. Yeah, very cool music video. I loved that shit. Onto the music. So, these guys. Their sound has definitely progressed just from being death metal with some very out of the blue melodic kind of beautiful guitar sections. They've slowly but surely added more core elements, and those high screams. Wow, really fucking like those high-pitched screams. They were really nice. Not only were they, obviously, they were very high register, but they had a very nice sound to them as well. They were very clean. There was no graveliness to them or anything, and no tunnel throats or anything like that. But they weren't quite like, whistle highs like you would get in like a Beyond Deviation or Nihilist. song. They were just, weren't quite that high. Really, 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 really good. The vocals in general were great, but those highs just had a really, really nice quality to them. The variety just the variety in all the different guitar techniques that were used there were really, really good. There was a lot of single note kind of chuggy, stompy stuff. There was technical stuff. There was a little bit of stuff that sounded like there was a bit of dissonance. There was some stuff that sounded like a string bend. There's some string bends here, there, and everywhere. It went fast. It went slow. Just great. Just really, really predictably great. When I say predictably, I don't want people to think that I'm saying, oh, predictably boring. It's not that at all. Predictably awesome, I guess, is probably the best way to expectedly awesome, I guess, might be a better way to put it. But yeah, these guys are definitely getting closer to actually being to actually basically they're not quite a deathcore band in my opinion. There's a lot more brutal death metal there than there is. So I don't know if you could call them a deathcore band, but they've definitely from the sounds of it, they have started to incorporate a lot more deathcore style things or modern heavier music things basically into their sound. And hey, great, awesome. All the power to them. Now that I've heard that, I'm gonna go and listen to that new album. I'm just gonna name drop that one more time. Actually, let me just malevolent thoughts of a hastened extinction. Yes, there we go. I'm gonna go and listen to that album. I absolutely no doubt in my mind it's gonna fucking slap. It's gonna slap very, very hard. What I'm hoping for it is that they bring back some of those melodic elements. I mean, obviously, what I want and what the band want to do and what anyone wants to hear the band. No one should listen to what I have to say in terms of how they're going to write the music. But oh, thank God for energy drinks. Hopefully there's some more melodic elements in there. Maybe there's some unexpected bits. Maybe there's a whole track that kind of gets all the melodic elements out of their system, and they just put it all on one track, like they did with Oceanic Erosion. I'm pretty sure that track was off. Can't remember. The one I was talking about earlier on. Or maybe they've actually just done away with that and they've just added more core elements into their sound, and that's kind of, the core's gone up and the melodic elements have gone down. I would like to hear some more melodic elements, but once again, no one should give a shit what I have to say in terms of what the band are releasing. Overall, I fucking loved that. Really, really enjoyed that. And that was exactly how I would have been absolutely blown away if these guys had fumbled the ball this far into their career. These guys really, really know how to just put out quality music, and they've been doing it since all the way back in 2012, and probably earlier than that as well, because they didn't just form a band and then really they've been touring and stuff like that. They've been a band for a while, I would imagine, you know what I mean? So they've been honing this sound for quite some time. So Cognitive, deeply impressive stuff. Yeah, very, very, very good. Now I can go and listen to that album as well, which I'm super hyped about. So, as per usual, guys, links to Cognitive's, link to the music video, links to all their different social medias, streaming platforms. You know the deal by now. Spotify, Bandcamp. I'll put a link to the music video that we just listened to. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything else that might be there. Anything else that they might have, please remember, when this video's finished, scroll down, click on every single one of the links where there's an option to turn on the bell for notifications and subscribe or follow. Do all those things. Just support the band in any way you can, because these guys have been going for a long time, and we want to continue to encourage that, because I want to hear more of this shit, because these guys are fucking awesome. Would really, really like to get out there and actually see these guys play live as well, because I imagine it's a fucking experience, because the music is so technical and tight and dynamic. I imagine that with the right sound guy These guys are going to sound absolutely fucking phenomenal live because they've been a band for so long. They'll know how to play together and know how to perform this music. So I really, really want to get out there and listen to these guys play. Hopefully they end up in my neck of the woods at some point. So, one more time, Cognitive from the Depths. Fucking loved it. Shit goes incredibly hard. Go check it out. Thank you very much for joining me. Love you all very much, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.